So, gonna go through some pre-market analysis today. Gonna start out with news. Today we had a lot of news. We had CPI and unemployment at the same time. We also have President Trump speaking, but that seems to be a daily occurrence right now. And I don't really think it's affecting the market too much now. I think around the election time and following it was pretty impactful. But for now, he's talking so much that it just doesn't even matter. So that's that pretty much. On the hourly, we do actually have a decent setup for today. So we have, I guess you could say this was technically London session highs. So we already took out London session highs. We have Asia session highs located right here that I already marked out. And then we also have these daily highs, London session highs from yesterday. So I don't think we're going to reach those, but I think taking out Asia session could be actually a pretty good setup for to go short. Now, obviously, if we're just going to range around here or we do make this move down, I will not be looking for a trade. But if we are able to push up and take this high out and then move down, I would be willing to look for a trade. The same is to go for NASDAQ. NASDAQ is fairly close to these Asia session highs. And then we also have these highs located here. These were technically data highs, I believe. Yes, those are data highs. So could see pretty good. I mean, if we see data highs and London Asia session highs get taken out, I think we have a good look to go short. Now, obviously, we have these highs. I don't think all three of these are going to get taken out. I think if we're able to take two of these, so if we're able to take data highs and then data highs and then Asia session highs, I think that would be a really good confluence. And it's the same thing over here. These are technically data highs located right here. Oopsies, that's not where I wanted that. But these are technically data highs right here. So that would be pretty good to look at in regards to trying to take a trade off of it. Taking out data highs can be a pretty good confluence. Yesterday we took out data lows. So yesterday, just because of how news came out as bullish or bearish, like we said here, we got this. We swept them out, and it took a while for us to get a decent move out of it. Obviously, with this coming out at 8:30, and then we have market open at 9:30 right here. We actually were fairly bullish. I mean, you could have snagged a trade yesterday. So actually, I did specifically see on the 5-minute that, I mean, once we broke structure here, I did notice that like once we broke structure here, I mean, it was just all bullish. So I mean, if you got an entry off of that, you hit take profit fairly quickly, 39 to 49. I mean, I would have hit it right here. So would have been a pretty good trade, actually. But that's just not enough confluence. I didn't like it. I didn't like all the... I understood it was going to be bullish because we did take out all these lows. We took out London session lows. We took out previous day New York session lows. So we had a lot of liquidity to the downside get taken out. So I figured we were going to move up. Looks like that could be more or less the same look today with these being data highs right here and then Asia session highs being right here. If we're able to take both of those out, I think we're going to get a good move down. That is the exact same thing with NASDAQ over here. We have data highs right here. We have London or Asia session highs right here. We have a high time frame bearish order block right here as well. Could just mark it out as this or mark something else out probably, but looks pretty good, honestly. Decent setup. Both have their respectable setups here. So we'll see how we can get with the rest of the day, with the rest of New York session, how New York open goes, and if we're able to move up and take out these highs again. If we just start to move down, then I'm not even going to bother trying to take a trade. But I would be pretty open if we were able to take it out, just because this candle wasn't quite as severe. I mean, obviously, it is pretty severe. We did take out London session highs with it, but we did leave Asia session highs intact, which for me is good enough. Like yesterday, we see this. I mean, this is just untradeable. This is just, you take out all this liquidity, it's hard to try and find a trade. I mean, obviously, it wasn't too bad price action. We were very bullish, so you could have taken something within here and hit take profit fairly quickly. I could have, at least personally. So we'll see how the rest of this morning goes. I'm gonna definitely be, my bias was bullish or bearish. Yesterday was bullish because we took out all this liquidity to the downside. Obviously, like I said, we took out London session lows, New York session lows, right? We had a ton of liquidity to get taken out. So today, definitely going to be looking for shorts, just with us hovering right around these data highs and Asia session highs, and also yesterday's London session highs. And then also a pretty good target probably would be this relative low within London session here. This was, I guess you could consider data lows, or not quite data lows, but this relative low, and then also final take profit could be either London session lows right here or New York lows from yesterday. So that's the same case going to be with NASDAQ as well. NASDAQ has these lows here, and then these are almost like equal lows down here, along with these internal lows left from London session. So both have pretty good setups. I'm not going to lie, pretty good looking relative to what we had yesterday, which we just wiped everything. So not going to be opposed to taking a trade just because we have a pretty decent setup in the works here. So we'll see how market open. Obviously, we see this big move, and then we are completely chopping right now. So obviously not going to be looking for anything right now, but we'll see how this ends up going. Might be taking a trade today, actually.